Hello everybody, my name's Godzilla, and today I'm doing a review of the Bandai movie monster series, Shin Godzilla. Now, if you haven't noticed already, this is the original. Not any of the exclusives, not the Atomic Fire one, not the Awakening, not the Frozen version, or any color variation like that. This is the straight up original by Bandai, and we're just going with this one. So, first off, a bit of history. This is, in terms of Shin Godzilla figures, this one seems to be the most popular, and I mean it. When it first released at G-Fest, actually, from what I've heard, it actually sold out on the second day, which, for a figure, that is actually pretty cool. And pretty impressive at the same time. Many people were kind of complaining about the lack of paint and all that, too, and saying how this is one of the laziest figures Bandai's made. But where do I stand? Well, let's get on with my review. Starting off with sculpt and paint, this is where I really like to have a little fun with this. See, you can definitely see how it is portrayed in the head. For paint, there's not much. The teeth are individually painted. There's no tongue, but it does have a little bit of detail in there. The eyes are kind of confusing, because they have a bulge for a pupil, but they don't have the pupil. I don't want to actually kind of ruin my Shin Godzilla figure, but something that is weird, and only on mine, is that if you look closely, I'm probably just going to zoom in a little more. I don't know. Oh, right there. You can actually see the vinyl on mine has started to peel. Like, what is that? And a fly is near me. Good job. Like, what is that? Okay, that's just something. But, like, what is that even? Like, why is it peeling? I don't know. The vinyl on this must be really very weak. Going down to the chest, we get some more red paint apps. And, there's not much paint at all, aside from the vinyl. There's literally nothing on the legs until you get to the feet, where it does have some good shading, good spray to them. Copyright information on the back. Hands have no paint on them at all, which is just kind of lazy. The abdomen region doesn't have any paint on at all. Also, the neck. I'm gonna kind of complain about the design a bit. Alright, sorry about that, guys. My dogs were barking, and I'm too lazy to edit that out, so you're gonna have to deal with that. Anyways, moving down to the tail, you can definitely see where clearly Bandai needed more paint. None on the spikes, none at the bottom, not even at the base, not even the main segments. But it's weird how here you get some painting, but it's incorrectly colored. No, it's the red is not incorrectly colored. I think it is pretty accurate. If I zoom in a bit. What's inaccurate about it is the color of the bone. We all know the bones in Shin Godzilla were more white and yellowish, but not black. Like, I think that's just the color of the vinyl, but, like, still, I mean, come on. But then we got the best part, arguably, about this figure. The dorsal fins. Beautiful. They really do look like they're glowing. And that's how Shin Godzilla looked in the movie. One thing to point out, I just noticed this, like, right here, right now. The back, the coloring here is different than the one on the chest. Like, look. Do you see that? That just might be me, but look, the back ones are more orange, while this one's more red. Yeah, like, it's more red on the front. Oh no, that's really weird now. Man, I literally just noticed that, so. Sculpt and paint, sculpt is definitely superb, but the paint is lackluster, and there's only like 4 colors on there, so yeah. Now, how about articulation? Articulation is I meh. So let me explain. For articulation, we have 2 basic swivels at each arm, or at the arms, not for each arm. And it's more to the bicep, bumping into my camera. And go all the way around with it. Same with this one. And we have basic rotations here at the legs. That is it. Now, what's pretty cool about it is, while it's not intended for this, if you kind of push it up, you can actually kind of get it to go into the socket more, and then have Godzilla's hand kind of up a little more than usual. Which, while it's not intended to do that, it's pretty cool. I'm not sure if you can get the legs to do that. But what's also disappointing about this is the bootleg Shin Godzilla actually has more articulation than this guy. And that bootleg is slightly smaller, and it's the same exact figure, just with definitely worse paint. But the thing is, it has more articulation. It actually has articulation at the base, and right here where this cut is. So what they did was they cut here, and then put articulation pieces inside. So, like, I don't understand. The bootleg has more of something than the original does. Which, that's why I almost picked up the bootleg to the original, but then I realized I wanted something a little bit taller, so I went with this one. But that was barely so. So, for size comparison, here he is with the NECA Godzilla 2014. The 6-inch, 7-inch version, whatever you like to call it. And may I say, these two are accurate. And I mean that literally. Want to know the proof? Well, see, both of these figures were made basically from the actual CG model from both Shin Godzilla and 2014. And they're both in somewhat the 6-inch scale. So theoretically, we have a perfect kind of matchup between Shin Godzilla and Godzilla 2014 in accurate scale. Just if the Shin Godzilla was better painted, then this would look really well. And for another size comparison, here he is with the only other Shin Godzilla figure that I actually own, the NECA Godzilla Atomic Blast version. NECA Shin Godzilla, to be exact. And looking at these two, I really think these are beautiful together. If Shin Godzilla, the movie Monster Series, was a bit better painted, like I said earlier, then these two would go so well with each other. Fun fact, I actually pre-ordered the one from Big Bad Toy Store, the NECA Shin Godzilla. It never arrived, so I picked up this one instead, because I knew I was actually going to get this one by the time the pre-order for the other one got canceled. At least that's, I think, what happened. So I bought this one instead, and then I went for this one, thinking it'd be a good combination. Do I regret it? No. In fact, I really think these are the only two Shin Godzilla figures I need, and it's going to stay that way. I don't need any frozen version, special color version. I just need these two, and that's it. So, buy, don't buy, or skip, I don't know. At this point, I really think that this figure is definitely one of a kind. It is popular, but was it worth it? Maybe not. I originally actually got this guy for about $30. But here's the thing. With somewhat of a cruddy paint job, the lack of articulation, even for Bandai vinyl, and the fact that even though it is bigger than most movie Monster Series figures, this really just felt really lazy. Like, the eye isn't even painted. The eye! There's something sculpted for it. Yet, there isn't anything. I know you can get a Sharpie, but you shouldn't have to do that to a Bandai Movie Monsters series figure. Like, here's another figure for about $10 cheaper. The NECA Godzilla 2014. This is filled to the brim with articulation. This is filled with paint. This is filled with everything. Maybe an accessory, but even then, you can make it your own. This, I understand not having an accessory too. Like, I don't expect either of these two to have accessories. But, hold on. Do you really think this is worth 30 and this is worth 20? Like, if anything, I would pay up to maybe 20 at max for this guy, but I did, but I'm just gonna say my rating for the Bandai Movie Monsters series Shin probably have to be a 7 out of 10. Those issues nearly made it a 6. So, yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. That's my review, and I'll see you guys later.